Hello and welcome to another episode of the Powerful Women Podcast. Today it's going to be a solo episode with myself, your host, Randa Caraba. And what I want to talk about today is if an expansion or a pivot is placed on your heart, but you are too scared or even simply not willing to make this public pivot with your business, you are holding yourself back from personal and career growth. And we're going to talk about it. So first off, my name is Randa Caraba. I'm the owner and founder of PowerFit. I also now run and manage an educational space where I help our empowerment coaches within PowerFit and other online business owners in terms of their social strategy and their online business. And this is through a container that I call Digital Profit Queens. And what I do in there is I help coach on the basis of wealth mindset and biblical abundance, as well as social strategy and online business to increase sales. And I'm really helping my students learn what and how to share, finding their own brand voice. That way they can make sure that they are injecting their brand voice to their dream clients and they know exactly how to show up, what to post online. And it's not about each individual post, but it's about creating this entire platform, if you will, of what their bio needs to look like, what their pin posts need to look like, what their content pillars need to include. That way they are making sure that they are standing on top of authority, education, inspiration, and they are really positioning themselves as the no-brainer choice for when their dream client has had their own I'm done moment and they are ready to step into a paid service, product, solution, or education. And so I'm able to help speed the process up from sales 3 to 12 months quicker, which the last podcast and the last YouTube covers all of that if you want to go check it out. All just by the way that we are doing ambition marketing versus nudging people's pains too much, okay? So I want to say that this time, almost a year ago, I guess it's been about 10 or 11 months ago, I actually made a pivot within my own business from a public standpoint in terms of the content that I put out. So as the owner and founder of PowerFit, I actually never only shared fitness or eating protein, because I always said that my fitness journey and what I lead others in terms of with our sustainable full body strength training and with our macro counting at PowerFit, that is to add to your life, not to become your life. And I know that, yes, there are sometimes you see people who are fitness people online and all that they share is about their fitness journey, and that is A-okay. That's just not the way that I have ever chose to share on my platform. And I know that they say niching down can help you grow, but I have been an online personality, I guess, if you will, for 12, 13 years now. So even before I was sharing with PowerFit, I had a different business. So I had gone through a complete industry and business pivot before. So last year, as we decided to start helping our coaches with social selling and ways for them to make more money, and honestly, if you think of it big picture from a PowerFit standpoint, the way that this company will really grow is with a lot of empowerment coaches, affiliates, and user-generated content, because there is so much trust, seeing that I have always focused on everyday real-world women rather than popular influencers, mainly because of adherence and making sure they're actually following and sticking to the program. And I want to help real world women. And so I used to do some lifestyle influencing and some lifestyle blogging, and I made good extra, quite a bit supplemental income doing so. But then I really had to kind of reevaluate what I was doing big picture with my life. And this is not to throw shade by any means. I'm glad that I served as a lifestyle influencer when I did. I still have friends that do that, and I think it is a wonderful career to be in. But I wanted to really start to help and serve people on a more profound level, rather than just what to wear, how to save money on, styling an outfit or a certain food product, if you will. So that's where I really stepped into helping lead and guide our coaches with social strategy, because any of our empowerment coaches in PowerFit, they go through a complete comprehensive program that goes over the scientific breakdown of, our training methodology, our nutrition science-backed version of what we choose to do at PowerFit. And then there's obviously leadership and, leading their small groups, but in terms of really helping them step out from a social strategy standpoint, because nowadays, online creation and who you're putting things out to publicly, it can be a lot more intimidating or a lot harder than it was 4 or 5 years ago. people are harsh critics, right? And so I see where if there are women who are not at a place of believing in wealth mindset, of believing in biblical abundance and really living these things out, it can hinder their personal growth, their career growth, and it can really just leave them in a place of like paralyzation of fear. Because you have to remember, when God puts a desire on your heart, like if it was for me to kind of be more profound in the way that I lead and serve people with adding social strategy and online business education to the way that I show up online, God places that desire on my heart, but then he has to grow me into that version of myself, expand me, and continue to build my character so that I am ready to actually step into that desire, okay? So I heard it plenty myself. She's pivoting because she's struggling. And the problem with this is, number one, yes, people always have opinions and talk, right? But it cannot hold you back from the next level of growth, because I've actually been able to step out in front of my lifestyle brand of fitness and nutrition with PowerFit and now say, here I am as a visionary, here I am with my methodology and my strategy, and I want to help teach and coach more of our empowerment coaches and more of other online business owners on the premises that I teach. And let me tell you, the actual social strategy and online business strategy of it is actually only 25% of it. And the rest of it has to do with wealth mindset, which I back up with biblical abundance, because the word is the word, okay? And so the problem is, I see too many people who want to make more money or want to create more impact with their social platforms or with their online business or whatever business it is. Maybe it's not even an online business yet, right? Or maybe you're just starting to add online, an online stream to your business. The problem is, if you do not have the basics of wealth mindset, to actually have the courage to believe in yourself, to show up publicly, to try new things, do new things, post new things, then what good is all of the strategy if I hand you all the online business, all of the social strategy? If you don't believe it and you won't show up to do it, then that's why that's 75% of it. And another reason why I really put Digital Profit Queens in a small community feel, it's the same thing with PowerFit. There is so much more adherence when there is small community support, guidance, and you're creating relationships. But not only that, then you're not only learning from the leader or the coach, but you're learning alongside other students, okay? And when you look back to the first year of business in PowerFit, 2019, again, I could have had and was creating the best full body programs there were, okay? But the amount of turnout for weeks 1 and 2 of a 12-week program versus weeks 11 and 12 was a big drop off. And this comes down to, if you are not willing to change the way you believe, then you're not going to change your behaviors, because beliefs always come out in the form of behaviors, right? And so if you look at these behavioral things that need improvement, again, I can give you all the fitness programs. You can log on to PowerFit right now in the free trial and get access to almost all 40 programs. You can get access to hundreds and hundreds of our nutrition recipes that are macro-friendly, high protein. You can get access to everything in a completely 2-week free trial. But if you are not going to implement the behavior changes, then the program is not going to work. And it's the same for my social strategy and online business, okay? So what I wanted to talk about now is that, again, you don't need more followers or views. And I see this being another holdback with people online. They think, I don't have enough followers to make money. I don't have enough followers for it to grow my business. Nobody cares. Nobody's listening to me. And if that is what you're thinking, that's exactly the truth. And that's exactly what's going to come out in the form of your behavior. And so sometimes this is why you might just need some guidance, and you might just need somebody who sees your vision or believes in you. And whether that be, a coach environment in terms of for your online business, your social strategy, your fitness journey, whatever this is, whether this is you're being coached by me or one of my empowerment coaches, or you're inside one of my paid communities like Digital Profit Queens, having that small community of environment of other women who are also chasing these same goals and also growing these same belief systems and improving their behaviors, you're much more likely to hold accountable to it, to actually learn alongside other ladies, to cheer each other on, and to really be invested and start showing up as this person that it actually behaves in the way and acts in the way and creates messy action in the way that you do. The reason why I'm saying you have to be comfortable being seen as a woman of wealth if you want to become a woman of wealth, and there's a very vast difference in wealth and rich, very vast difference, especially in the Bible. You first have to become wealthy in your mind. And I recently did a survey last week, okay? And I'm actually going to have my next podcast break down all 8 of the survey answers. But I have to tell you, the majority of my followers, I was talking about gifting them $500,000. Not everyone, but like if I was to gift one of my followers $500,000 and there were no strings, this was just a financial blessing, I expected nothing in return, you could do with it whatever your heart desires. I asked how they would respond, because their response says a lot about their money relationship and their wealth mindset, right? The majority of my followers said either, number 1, this would never happen to me, or number 2, I would never want anybody to know that I received this money. And if that's how you would feel, I need you to dive a little deeper and ask yourself why. Why would I not want people to see if I gained a huge financial blessing, right? Because sometimes these limitations in your mind, your beliefs always come out in the form of behaviors, can actually be blocking your blessings in real life, okay? And the thing is, if you don't want somebody to know that you received a huge financial blessing, or you don't believe you'll ever receive a big financial blessing, then you're exactly right. But the reason of not wanting people to know it, does that mean you think that you're going to be judged? Does that mean you think people are going to look at you differently? Does that mean you think people are going to expect more from you? Does that mean you think people are going to expect you to take care of them? Or is someone going to see you as greedy or evil? Or is somebody going to tie like all of these yucky things that can be tied to greed, but not actually money itself? Because what you have to know is that money is an amplifier of what's inside of you. So if you've ever thought, well, someone got all of this money and they turned out to be a really bad person, no, it just amplified what was inside of their heart all along, okay? And so if you are chasing your wealth mindset based on biblical abundance, which this is over half of my teaching in Digital Profit Queens, because I believe so profoundly in this belief skill, as well as, online business owners, they are the ones who are creating and sharing and influencing and putting content out for the world. And so, of course, Satan wants to keep us talking about the Bible or biblical abundance or wealth mindset out of it. He wants you to think all of these bad things. So I really foresee that not only does this really change in the best way and improve the behaviors of my coaches and my students, but if I can get them really having the confidence and sharing and purifying and chasing God as the center of their heart, tenderizing their hearts, and always knowing that their blessings of abundance, whether this is financial or whatever it is, always comes from the Lord rather than something they do themselves, they start showing up and leading in a different way of their own teams, of the people that they serve, their customers, their employees, and all of this only has a positive ripple effect in the world, okay? So again, I can give you all the business strategy, all the online strategy. I can give you all the PowerFit programs. You can log on for a free trial right now for 2 weeks free of everything within PowerFit. 40 programs, all of our nutrition, all of our recipes, everything. But if you don't have the belief set, and if you don't actually implement the behavior changes, of course the program isn't going to work. And this is why 75% of my coaching and my teaching within my own business and within other business owners that I have the privilege of serving and growing is based on wealth mindset backed up with biblical abundance. Because I can give you all of the fitness programs. I can give you all of the business strategy, all of the social strategy. And if you don't believe it, if you don't see yourself as a woman worthy of stepping into power or being seen or actually having your own wealthy woman era, then you're not going to behave in that way, and you're not going to show up in that way, and you're not going to grow in that way. So again, that is why the actual strategy, the actual programs is only 25% of what I teach within my educational container of business owners, because wealth mindset combined with community, that way you're getting to learn alongside other women, other business owners that have these same desires, that want to keep their heart pure, that are hesitant of wealth for a good reason. Like, you don't want to become greedy. You don't want the yucky responsibility that you think will come with more money, but you want more of the financial freedom and blessings. So there's a lot of growth and development we can work on there. And I see so many women who want to try new things online or want to start speaking more profoundly about this with their story. And let me tell you, the number one thing that you need to create online impact and sales is your very magnetic brand voice. And that is built on your own personal story. And that is something that I love to help my students and my coaches find and really nail down so that they have such confidence in the way that they show up. And then they're able to really impact and influence others in such a profound way. And so if you can start to really understand and see this whole vision that I had a year ago of me stepping out in a different way with my public promotion or my public content or the things that I shared online, it didn't mean that I was ever abandoning my fitness members or ever stepping away from the fitness company. It just meant that I was starting to step up into a leadership role in an all new way to create even more profound positivity in the lives of those that I get to serve. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's live video, today's podcast. I will have all the information in the show notes below. If you're still on live with me, you can comment the word podcast and I will send you my entire channel. I've been putting out at least one new episode a week. They are absolutely electric on how to increase your own wealth mindset, your own online business or social strategy. And all of these behavioral changes have everything to do with those who are actually successful at the fitness program and the nutritional aspect and the sustainability of PowerFit. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a blessed Friday. Bye, everyone.